News 13, your main source for news.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight for News 13 at 11. I'm Jana Barnello. 11 years ago this weekend, the first U.S. soldiers entered Afghanistan, and as many are now leaving the longest war in American history, one of Maine's own soldiers will be laid to rest. A funeral for Sergeant First Class Aaron Henderson is scheduled for this Wednesday in Holton. Sergeant Henderson died Monday after being injured in a roadside bomb explosion while serving in Afghanistan. Henderson was a Special Forces communications sergeant. This was his fourth deployment in support of combat operations. A funeral service for Henderson is scheduled for Wednesday at the Holton High School at 2 p.m. And as one hero is laid to rest, firefighters in southern Maine come together today for a nearly 100-year-old tradition to remember those they've lost in the line of duty. A hero's welcome for fallen heroes. 22 firefighters in all, 2 from South Portland and 20 from Portland.
We will face these risks and challenges by our creed.
A creed that calls firefighters to respond to some of the most dangerous situations. Situations that not all survive.
Firefighter Frank E. Cowan, Ladder Company 1, September 14, 1993.
He was just a wonderful man. He was a good husband, a good, father. He was an outdoors man. He loved the outdoors, hunting, fishing, and boating, canoeing.
Frank Cowan is just one of the fallen honored today. For 99 years, the Portland Fire family has come to this memorial.
Last year alone, 83 firefighters died in the line of duty in America.
Each year, remembering those who died.
It's mainly for the surviving family members that we do this, not for ourselves.
Family members like Sandra Jackson, who doesn't miss an event.
You think of the happy times, you think of the sad times. So you remember them every year, and I'll never forget them. And it makes my heart feel good. It's kind of a bittersweet day.
And on days like this, they remember by laying down small tokens of appreciation for the men and women who laid down their life for ours. Today's ceremony was put on by the Veteran Firemen's Association. In addition to the VFA Memorial, there's also the new Fallen Firefighter Memorial at the Central Fire Station in Portland on Congress Street. An update tonight on a story out of northern Maine. Maine wardens have located a man reported missing for more than 24 hours in Hammond Township. Wardens say 77-year-old Ralph Bubar was reported missing Saturday afternoon after he failed to return home. The Maine Warden Service responded after his vehicle was found abandoned by his son. He was found this afternoon about 1.5 miles from where he left his pickup truck. A man from Littleton was able to find him. Wardens say he was in relatively good shape, but was transported to Holton Regional Hospital. His condition is unknown tonight. Looking ahead, doors are expected to open for students at Hall Elementary in Portland on Tuesday. The school was damaged after an early morning fire back in September. Environmental and safety experts were on scene today conducting tests throughout the building. Most recent tests show mold concentrations are at safe levels. 8 classrooms and an office will remain blocked off as they finish up work there. 6 of those classrooms are expected to reopen by October 15th, and 2 others will be completely rebuilt. Parents are invited to tour the school tomorrow night from 6 to 7:30. We kicked off the morning with some sunshine, but then the rain rolled in. Meteorologist Tom Chisholm joins us with when we can expect those skies to be sunny again. Good evening, Tom.
Well, sunny skies can greet most of us tomorrow, but as you can tell, our pace of weather changes has been pretty quick the past couple of days, and more rapid-fire changes inevitably with cooler temperatures on our doorstep for the remainder of the week. Let's check out our Monday through Wednesday progression to start things off with sunshine in our Columbus Day forecast. We're going to be in the upper 50s, and ditto for Tuesday, a nudge higher in the temperatures. Clouds arriving Wednesday with some wet weather, and then it begins to turn cooler. Lewiston looking like this late this afternoon, with the overcast getting heavier, the forerunner of some wet weather that's rapidly moving northeast. And actually, as that area has moved into southwest Maine and the foothills from roughly the Oxford Hills into eastern New Hampshire around the Conway area. The rainfall intensity has picked up, so kind of a little surprise downpour or two for some spots. That area of wet weather is going to be moving northeast. It's going to be out of here before you know it. In fact, I think even though we can see a few clouds in the morning, sunshine is going to increase. That's a computer progression and rendering showing the rain is working on our computer models and transforming into colors, showing the green moving through northern New England, representing the rainfall that's occurring overnight and early tomorrow. Then temperatures will be in the 40s. It's a cool start to the day, even some high 30s inland. And watch how the clouds thin out and sunshine returns, and it turns out to be a pretty nifty afternoon as temperatures will be in the 50s. It gets pretty chilly tomorrow night. A hint that clouds can come in as early as Tuesday once again, but I think much of those are going to be sparse. Current temperature near 50, cooling down to the 40s overnight. What's ahead? How's your garden going to be faring later this week? That's a different story because it's going to get chilly. It's going to get cold. Winter almost on the way, and we'll have the 7-day forecast in a few minutes. Jana?
5-7, you know. I know what you meant. All right.
Of the above.
Thanks a lot, Tom. In our Vote 2012 coverage tonight, the fight over same-sex marriage heats up as opponents are set to hit the airwaves for the first time this year. The group Protect Marriage Maine says it has a new television ad. The commercial features Donald Mendel. He appeared in an ad opposing same-sex marriage in 2009. He's a former school counselor from Palmyra. Mendel says he was the target of a complaint from the Maine Department of Professional and Financial Regulation simply because of his beliefs. The complaint questioned his ability to serve as a social worker in Maine, but the complaint was ultimately dismissed. The ad claims same-sex marriage opponents in states where it's legal have been either fired, sued, or otherwise punished for their views. Supporters say the ad has no merit. Matt McTighe, campaign manager of Mainers United for Marriage, says, quote, allowing same-sex couples to marry won't change people's freedom to speak out and say what they believe. Voters will decide on same-sex marriage on November 6th. Meanwhile, there are 30 days until voters go to the polls to decide who the next president will be. Sunday, Mitt Romney campaigned for votes in the key battleground state of Florida, while the president went on a fundraising blitz in California. News 13's Inez Ferre has the latest from New York.
President Obama attended a series of fundraisers in Los Angeles Sunday night.
Thank you, LA!
The president told the crowd at the Nokia Theater his policies are helping the economy.
On Friday, we found out the unemployment rate has fallen from the height of 10% down to 7.8%, the lowest since I took office. Now, we're not there yet. We still got too many Americans looking for work.
The president is spending 2 days in California raising money for the final stretch of the campaign. National polls show the race for the White House is tightening. Analysts say Wednesday's debate gave Mitt Romney much-needed momentum. On Sunday, 12,000 people came to his rally in Florida, a must-win state.
We're going to win Florida. We're going to take back the White House.
Romney told the crowd in Port St. Lucie American leadership in the international community will return if he's elected.
I commit to you I will be a leader. When I'm president, I will take the care that it takes to rebuild our principles and restore the principles that made America so strong.
Romney is expected to talk about world issues this week, beginning with a major speech on foreign policy in Virginia on Monday. Inez Ferre, News 13.
Still ahead, the number of people sickened by a nationwide meningitis outbreak has risen, and health officials say potentially hundreds more could be affected. Plus, in the Golden State, gas could be the new gold as the rush is on to fill up at stations posting $4.50 a gallon or less, when experts expect the pain at the pump to ease.
And we're falling into some fall temperatures. In fact, we're going to be in the cusp of winter readings by late this week. I'll have the complete forecast coming up.
Chapter 11 does same-day delivery. Check out these new items for only $1.99. This bunk bed, $1.99. These chests, only $1.99. And this glider and ottoman, only $1.99. Chapter 11 is awesome. Biddeford, Portland, and Lewiston.
And now, a moment with Ernie Bach Jr. and his son, Alex.
What are you drawing, Alex?
I'm trying to draw a rocket.
It's rocket-ish.
You're right.
I bet I could make some ish art, too.
Think ishfully, and your ideas will flow freely.
Tin Tin Buffet on Alfred Street in Biddeford serves a wide selection of Chinese, Japanese, and American food featuring fresh sushi every day. Order from our menu or help yourself to sumptuous selections at the all-you-can-eat buffet. Favorites like boneless spare ribs, vegetable tempura, and orange chicken. Full bar available. Plus, carry-out specials $3.95 per pound for lunch buffet and $4.25 per pound for dinner buffet. Only at the Tin Tin Buffet on Alfred Street in Biddeford.
We're Hammond Lumber Company.
And we're here to serve you.
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 Waste Watch, now on WGME.com.
Yes, Chapter 11 does do same-day delivery. Check out this Fuller Queen Pillow Top mattress for only $199. Yes, $199 for a Fuller Queen Pillow Top mattress with same-day delivery. Chapter 11, Biddeford, Lewiston, and Portland.
Now, your Weather Authority forecast.
Well, one thing we can more or less assure you is there's no major storms coming up this week, but the trend is definitely down in temperatures. Not everybody complains about that. The ski season's right around the corner. These are nice, crisp mornings for a run and kind of invigorates us. So it's not going to be the kind of extreme cold that's just down the line. Instead, normally cool October temperatures, which will give us a little extra pep in our step each morning, coming up with a hint of frost in the area as early as Thursday and Friday. That's your bottom line. Let's take a look at how things are playing out right now. A lot of times when we have these temperature changes with fronts, they produce some showers, and they've been perking up the past couple of hours. Green represents light rain. Yellow represents heavier downpours. Not that these are going to be long lasting. They'll be out of here before you know it. In fact, it's already clearing in New York State and western New England. They got quite a dousing from the Monadnock region down to central and western Massachusetts this evening. That rain has since moved northeast and will be moving out and away and out of our hair in the morning, leaving us with sunshine. Notice the temperature plunging here from 62 with a high on Wednesday. That's with the front getting close. The second one, third one's going to be arriving Thursday night and Friday. That one means business. This one ahead of it's up to 62. Then we have some showers and then steadily declines into the next weather event with Friday's temperatures in the upper 40s. Kind of a chilly rain near the coast, but guess what? Above 3,000 or 4,000 feet, we're talking about some snow. Not a huge snowfall, but the White Mountains may be dusted just in time for next weekend. So near the coast, we'll still be hanging on to some color. And then you'll look west, for example, over Sebago Lake towards the Presidential Range, and you'll see those beautiful white mountains by definition. So we're talking about a bright Columbus Day that's going to be nice, and it turns slightly cooler. This is not a major storm, just a little disturbance along a cold front that's moving out to sea. Here's New York and Pennsylvania, where the sky is clearing out. Overnight low temperatures dipping slightly below the 40-degree mark in Portland. No, not down to freezing. 34 at Freiburg and down to the freezing point at Berlin, New Hampshire. Almost close enough to snow, but by the time it gets that cold, the rain's going to be out of the way, and it's up above in the mountains where there's going to be a hint of snow even tonight and early tomorrow. Mount Washington's high tomorrow, 30 degrees, 54 Berlin. Wind's going to be pretty strong across the higher peaks tomorrow. Nationwide weather, things gearing up. Our weather track, this is the jet stream flow along the U.S.-Canadian border. This disturbance is moving through. Clouds over the southern Mississippi Valley. Another area of low pressure with clouds across Montana. That's going to be scooting east. That's our weather for Wednesday, teaming up with that southern system. Once that goes by, another pool of polar air sweeps on in, so you can see the trend. It's getting chillier, including tonight. 39 degrees, south wind becoming northwest as that little disturbance goes by, and the sun is back with us. Columbus Day sky looks like that. Sun's out, passing fair weather clouds, 58 being the high temperature, the wind around to the northwest. Localized sea breeze possible near the coast. On to our 7-day forecast, left to right. Lots of sun in our Columbus Day forecast. Tuesday may be the pick of the litter for the week ahead, with sunshine nearing 60 degrees. Clouds coming in Wednesday with a scattering of showers. Then it partially clears at night, gets pretty chilly. Thursday night and Friday, an interesting little system coming through, some chilly raindrops coming down, and up above at higher elevations, above 3,000 feet, a coating of snow. Did I say that loud enough? A coating of snow is on the way. And up there at Sunday River, they're looking for just about any excuse to make snow, and I think by next weekend they'll have it. It's going to get pretty cold. The season advances, and a lot of us that love winter sports, it can come no sooner. It's going to be pretty nice as far as tomorrow and Tuesday are concerned, however. Enjoy.
Great Columbus Day, but winter is on the way. That's
just
for sure.
over the horizon.
Okay, thanks a lot, Tom.
All right.
In news covering America tonight, health officials say an additional 27 cases have been added to a fungal meningitis outbreak, bringing the number of those infected to 91 people in 9 states. The Centers for Disease Control says 7 people have now died from the illness. This outbreak has been linked to steroid injections from a New England company. Health officials say around 75 medical facilities in 23 states received the contaminated products. The plant where the steroid was made has voluntarily shut down. In the Golden State, gas could be the new gold. The rush is on to fill up at a Los Angeles station where the price is only $4.55 a gallon for regular. That looks reasonable to drivers who see many stations charging $5 or more per gallon. AAA reports the statewide average is at a record high of $4.66 a gallon, up a nickel overnight.
$10 in gas doesn't even give me a quarter of a tank if I need to put in just $10 in gas, so it's really out of control.
I got gas yesterday at $4.69, and today I saw this at $5.69. I said, no, I'm not going to get it.
The fast rising prices are linked to a string of supply disruptions, beginning with a huge fire at San Francisco area Chevron refinery in August. On Monday, a power failure shut down an ExxonMobil refinery in Southern California, and a major gas pipeline in the state has also been out of service. Now, California pollution rules require a gasoline blend that isn't readily available from refineries outside the state. Some experts say the steep rise could be over by early next week, and prices could finally start coming back down. Until then, there is sticker shock at California gas stations. The first official commercial flight to the International Space Station lifted off from Florida tonight. About 10 minutes in, the capsule separated from the rocket and was on its way to the station. The company SpaceX is behind the launch. It's the first of a dozen flights NASA contracted to SpaceX to resupply the station. The total contract price is more than $1.5 billion. The unmanned cargo capsule is packed with about 1,000 pounds of cargo, everything from low-sodium food kits to clothing and computer hard drives. It's set to catch up with the space station early Wednesday. Coming up, Evans, Boston is in next. The Patriots give Peyton Manning and the Broncos a rude welcoming to Foxborough. And one of the wildest wrecks ever at the site of the big one, Talladega. Plus, baseball playoffs and even bowling. It's all in sports next.
Planning a hike this fall? Apple's new Panorama feature can help you capture the entire view with your iPhone, but you don't need a new iPhone to snap a breathtaking photo. The new apps that will give you the wow factor. Monday morning on News 13 Daybreak.
Show weekdays. Tomorrow at 3 on CBS 13.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 88. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Welcome to my block party. Glad you can make it.
The only triple doubles you get come with fries.
Last time you blocked someone, you were online.
I can do this all day. Your moves are just gay. Using gay to mean dumb or stupid, not cool. Not cool. Not in my house, not anywhere. It's not creative, it's offensive to gay people. And you're better than that.
How you doing? My name's Steve. My family's lived in this neighborhood for years. Recently, things got so tight, we had to go to our local food bank for help. I lost a lot of sleep worrying about what the neighbors might think. That is until I saw them there, too. How'd I do, Steve?
A little stiff. You could have done a little better.
What? Come on. You know, I have an Academy Award.
Yeah, but not for playing me.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
Now, News 13 Sports with Evans Boston.
The Patriots seemed to flip a switch last week, and boom, the unstoppable offense was back. New England scored 45 points in the second half to crush Buffalo. Next up, Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos back in Foxborough, a marquee matchup at Gillette. First drive of the game, though, Peyton Manning walking right down the field. He hits Demaryius Thomas in stride. But Thomas fumbles the football. Sterling Moore forces it and recovers it, ending the threat right there. The Patriots in systematic on offense, running and passing. Tom Brady to Wes Welker, first touchdown of the year for Welker. He had 13 catches. He's back, 7-0. Second quarter, Manning to Joel Dreesen. Touchdown, we're tied at 7. Patriots gashing the Broncos on the ground, though. After a PI in the end zone, Shane Vereen pounds it in. Pats lead 17-7 at halftime. Third quarter, Pats have a 3rd and 17. They run it. Danny Woodhead gets the first down. How about that? It sets up Brady, the 1-yard plunge. It's 24-7. Pat's starting to run away with it. Manning gets drilled. Rob Ninkovich forces the fumble. Big Vince Wilfork, give me that. He falls right on it. That sets up Stephen Ridley. He had 151 on the ground and a score right here. Pats with 250-plus rushing today. 31-7 Pats. Fourth quarter, though, it's 31-14. 4th and 1. Willis McGahee drops a wide-open first down. After a Pats turnover on downs, Manning to Eric Decker. It's 31-21 with plenty of time. Pats killing the clock. Ridley, don't fumble the football. Ridley fumbles the football. Denver recovers. They're only down 10. They march right down the field, but McGahee fumbles the ball. Ninkovich forces it again. Pats survive 31-21. They beat Peyton again and offensively look unstoppable.
It's a good day. It's a good win against a very good team. And, you know, Broncos got a hell of a team in all 3 phases, and I thought we really stood up to them. So it's a good win for us.
Meanwhile, the Giants hosting the lowly Cleveland Browns today. This should be a walk in Central Park for New York, right? Not so fast. First quarter, Brandon Weeden finds Josh Gordon's 62-yard touchdown. It's 14-0 Browns. But Eli Manning and Victor Cruz would solve this problem. They hook up here for the score. 14-7 later, tie game. Eli hits Victor Cruz again, 24-17. And then Eli would air it out. Cruz, 3 touchdown catches today. The world can relax. Giants recover and win 41-27. How about this game? The Packers taking on rookie QB Andrew Luck and the Colts. Colts trying to win one for head coach Chuck Pagano, who is battling leukemia. End of the game. Colts down 5. Luck hits Reggie Wayne. He's in. He had 212 yards in this touchdown. Yep, touchdown. He gets in to put the Colts up by 3. Packers march right down the field. Game-tying field goal. Oh, not even close, Mason Crosby. Colts beat the Packers 30-27. Wow. Let's go to the ice now. The Maine hockey team began the new season with a thud. The Black Bears, ranked 15th in the nation and fresh off a return to the NCAAs, lost to Quinnipiac at home last night. An exhibition game today against New Brunswick. UMaine can't even beat them. 2-2. The game ends in a tie. The game doesn't count. Former Lewiston Maniac Cam Critchlow netted a goal for New Brunswick. Exhibition game. On to baseball now. ALDS Game 1, Orioles and Yankees. Game started late, so we're in the 9th inning. The Yankees have just scored 2 runs. It's 4-2 New York. Portland native Ryan Flaherty has not played yet tonight in Game 1. Moving on, the other ALDS is 1 game away from being over now. A's and Tigers, Game 2 in Detroit. 2-3 format gives a team with a worse record the first 2 games at home. And the Tigers take advantage. Wild pitch in the 8th. Don Kelly comes in. We're all tied at 4. Bottom 9, bases loaded, 1 out. Kelly the fly to right center. Omar Infante easily scores. Tigers win it 5-4. They lead the series 2-0. Game 3, and if necessary, 4 and 5 will be in Oakland. On to NASCAR now. 4th race in the chase for the Sprint Cup. We go to Talladega, and we had a big one today on the final lap. In fact, the biggest wreck in Talladega history. Leader Tony Stewart goes out of control. That starts a wreck that involves 20 cars. Virtually the entire field. Look at this. Gets knocked out. I half expected the only remaining cars the drivers to get out of their cars and sprint to the finish on foot. Somehow, Matt Kenseth avoided everything and gets the victory. Brad Keselowski is still the points leader. He leads Jimmy Johnson by 14 points with 5 races to go. North Yarmouth native Ben True finished second in the USA 10-mile championship today in St. Paul, Minnesota. True, a U.S. elite runner, was 23 seconds off the pace. The runner lives and trains in Oregon. World titles were on the line today right here in Maine. That's right. We're talking the Candlepin Bowling World Championships. Yes, at the Big 20 in Scarborough for a second straight year. 12 of the top bowlers from New England and Canada all came for the top prize in singles bowling. Look at that, a strike. That's not easy in Candlepin format. Each bowler rolls 5 games. Top overall score is the winner, and the scores were high. Sean Morrison of Brewer is your world champion for a second straight year. Maine takes the title again. 5-game total of 659. That's a 132 average per game. That's very good for Candlepin. On the ladies' side, Marion Johnson of Seabrook, New Hampshire, blew away the competition to win the title. The event features the best of the best in the New England tradition, and it is not easy if you've never done it before.
And I don't know much about Candlepin bowling. I'm just learning all about this. The ball is only 4 ounces?
Yeah, it's like the size of a softball.
You just chuck it.
3 per frame instead of 2.
Wild. I could never do that.
It's fun.
Yeah, it looks a lot. It looks like a lot of fun. All right, thanks a lot, Evans. We'll be right back with one more look at your Monday forecast. Stay with us.
And now, a moment with Ernie Bach Jr. and his kids, Alex and Kelsey.
Great show, kids.
You too, Dad.
Ready to roll?
Let's roll.
Music drives us. Let it drive you.
We'll even come to your job site.
Or to your home.
We're Hammond Lumber Company. And we're here to serve you. And we're here to serve you. And we're here to serve you.
iRadar, now on WGME.com. Every morning, we open your eyes with the very best original reporting from around the world and right here in Maine with the people at the heart of the most important stories. And some people, well, you'd just like to meet. More news every morning, our commitment to you. CBS This Morning and News 13 Daybreak, your main source for morning news, weather, and traffic.
To end Alzheimer's. Go to alz.org.
Would be safe to keep your distance until there's no secret that laughter makes you smile. Reliable sources say that chicken soup has found their way out of this. They are returned.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
To clarify one more time, it will not snow Thursday night and Friday at the coast. The snowflakes that are indicated there are going to be occurring above 3,000 feet, and that's above Munjoy Hill and any other location near the coast.
And it's going to be a great Columbus Day. Hope you enjoy it. See you tomorrow.
Chapter 11 does same-day delivery.
I've often thought about those words. Yes, I love it.